Cooter muffins are my husband's favorite breakfast, and if you don't know what that is, it is a muffin that you put your discharge in from your cooter.
I'm a lesbian and even I'm disgusted by modern day feminism. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure to do that now because I am about to go the fuck off. No! 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 People uglifying themselves to seem unattractive to men. Woke feminists calling the new Sydney Sweeney advertisement for American Eagle an ad for eugenics.
Did American Eagle just run an ad for eugenics?
And queer activists simping for countries that treat women like shit is just the tip of the horrible feminist iceberg. That is also deeply affecting men's mental health. Over the years, we've seen feminism go from women wanting equal rights to claiming women and men are equal, which we know is not true. We've seen it go from actual body positivity to body negativity, actual women's empowerment, to leftists standing for Islamic cultures that cover up women from head to toe, even kids. And of course, now we have cooter muffins. But just wait, because it gets way worse.
And it catches any discharge that comes out, and I just go ahead and put that in the fridge. And that's actually what this bowl here is. It's a, I do mix it with some powdered sugar so it tastes good, but that's discharge and powdered sugar. And I put it in the fridge and it kind of thickens up over time. And I make a bunch of baked goods with it because it just adds like this little bit of a sour flavor. And I know everybody tastes different.
Okay, no, girl, no. Sour? No one I have ever been with has ever tasted sour. I mean, people have tasted bitter, but that's like if you smoke weed right before or you drink a lot, but like sour, like that's disgusting. But is this where feminism is really at? Feeding our husbands beaver biscuits? I wrote that joke and I thought it was funny at the time and I still think it's funny, but it's just like, I can't believe I said the word beaver biscuits in a video. London just had their trans pride and where a good amount of these protest signs were about punching women, and I'm sure these people, many of these people are going to identify as feminists themselves, and of course will swear up and down that you are not a feminist. By the way, Dupers delight alert. See that sideways smirk right there? See that? That is a subconscious psychological tell that someone is either lying or taking advantage of you and enjoying it because they're getting away with it. I did a whole video on this about a year or two ago. If you want to check that out, click the link in the description below after you finish watching this video in full. Interestingly enough, it is not just people on the left that are getting super involved in feminism in this new culture war, because the right is now at it too, because shit's starting to change. Nature is healing, women in advertisements are attractive again, and regressive TikTok is going bananas over this.
Did American Eagle just run an ad for eugenics?
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very keens.
Totally just talking about denim, right? Just a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman explaining how her good genes gave her personality and purity. I mean, are we really going to pretend that this isn't a little fashy-coded? Look, I'm not saying that Sydney Sweeney personally wrote this ad to revive the Third Reich, but American Eagle absolutely knew what they were doing here. You don't get to drop lines about inherited traits, blue eyes, and great genes while zooming in on somebody that could have walked straight off of a Nazi propaganda poster and expect people not to catch that reference.
Yeah, and just like that, Sydney Sweeney is pro-eugenics. And of course, working with a company called American Eagle means you're a Nazi, terrorist, bigot, fascist, or something.
Should we be surprised that a company whose name is literally American Eagle is making fascist propaganda like this? Probably not, but it's still really shocking. Like, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman is talking about her good genes.
Listen, good genes are good genes. I got some good genes, my ass, and then I have some not good genes, you know? What am I gonna do? Xavier said, as a proud black man, I see nothing wrong with Sydney Sweeney and American Eagle parading her good genes/genes, obviously. Celebrating blue eyes and blonde hair isn't white supremacy. Those are conventionally attractive good genes. That doesn't mean that they're the only good genes. Completely agree.
It is giving dystopian. It is giving 1940s Germany.
That is Nazi propaganda.
That's Nazi propaganda.
Actually, it's giving it's okay to be cute and young, which you know it is. Honestly, it's giving proud American, not annoying fat woke woman, which is a nice shift. My friend Sydney said, normally I don't like equating retarded female reactions to jealousy, but I do think that's what underpins this bizarre anti-Sydney Sweeney campaign being waged by objectively unattractive women. Hot women in advertising is not a Nazi dog whistle. There's no logical reason to think this. I think this response is representative of non-cute women being mad that the ugliness that has had a cultural stranglehold for the last decade is indeed over. This is also true. I do think that the majority of this has to do with jealousy hypocrisy with the ongoing anti-white trend and self-proclaimed progressive thinking.
You guys are complaining about that Sydney Sweeney jeans ad, so I went and saw it.
That's not propaganda. Wow. I thought it was gonna be like kind of bad. That's gonna be in history book.
What a surprise! Big glasses, septum piercing, annoyingly ugly cut bangs, condescending voice. Nobody is surprised. But oh, yeah, the white hatred is strong in this one.
If you haven't fully comprehended how bad it is, I need you to open your eyeballs and listen. This is not pure saying that a blonde hair, blue-eyed girl has good genes is saying anybody has good genes is eugenics. Blonde hair, blue-eyed, this pro-Americana bullshit talking about pure Americans having good genes.
There it is. She said the quiet part out loud once again. They hate America. They hate the ideas of American values. They hate whiteness. And honestly, I don't know if this American Eagle Sydney Sweeney ad is a response to all this anti-whiteness and anti-American bullshit that's been going on the past 7 years or so. I feel like that's giving it too much credit. But I do think it's important to think about because it's like this that has been making men's mental health tank.
I will no longer be associating with any white males of any kind. It does not matter if liberal or conservative. It does not matter what color hair or eyes. As long as the skin is white and it is a male, I will not be associating with it anymore.
Simply associating white men with hatred is disgusting and wrong, except in leftist heads on college campuses. Because do you remember this video I filmed about a year ago when I asked people, probably all leftists, who was more for gay rights, a Trump supporter or the leader of Hamas and Hezbollah?
You'd rather Hamas than Trump. Yes, Hamas is better than Trump. For gay rights. Yes.
Who do you think is more likely to be supportive of LGBT rights? This is a lady supporting Hezbollah, and this is a guy supporting Trump.
Hamas.
You think Hamas is more likely to be supportive of gay rights?
Number one, probably.
Number one? Gaza.
And we keep seeing more and more of this content surfacing.
Between these two choices, who would you rather be stuck on an island with?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna say number one.
Okay, why do you say that?
He just seems like he's very intelligent, very smart. He seems like he would know how to, like, make shelter, hunt for food, make sure you're surviving. Number two, he just looks like he's just gonna get in your pants the whole time.
Who do you think most people would pick?
Actually, I was gonna say number one, but maybe number two, only because, like, people really, they take looks as, like, their first consideration when they do see someone.
I would be stuck on the island with the first guy.
Okay, why would you say that?
He just looks a little more safe than the other guy, and the other guy has the Trump shirt, and I don't trust people with Trump shirts on. And the number one looks a lot nicer than number two.
I picked this guy because he got a cookie, though. I'm picking number two. But it depends if you want food or brains.
Again, it's the black girls that are always the most based. Nobody is surprised. This all makes sense. White men are constantly being shit on, in some cases, quite literally. Again, this is where feminism has gotten us.
Guys will pay me to poo on their chest.
How many clients do you have?
I have like 3, regulars.
How much per turd?
I'd say like a 200. Sometimes they make me stay over the weekend. I shit on them every time I have to go. When I have the runs, they like to get shit on when I have the runs, like diarrhea.
And I know this is likely a fetish for some, but for others, figuratively being shit on has been happening for years with men for simply having white privilege or being a part of the patriarchy. Keep in mind the most difficult, dangerous jobs are done by men. And I'm sure this is just, once again, adding to men's mental health deteriorating. And we have people on TikTok laughing at them just to get likes. Women are expecting the absolute most in men and offering almost nothing in return.
I'm not doing that. It's 18. Why don't you gotta pay for all y'all food, though? You brought 18 friends. I'm finna leave you. You staying here with them or you coming with me? You.
Here's a poem entitled Men Ain't Shit.
They want us obedient, then we scream. They want us pretty, then we get ugly. They want us quiet, then we roar.
Listen to this. This person nails it on X. The death of masculinity. Strength was never the threat, but strong men were. So masculinity was rebranded as toxic, fatherhood as optional, and leadership as oppression. Boys were medicated, men were silenced, and the world was told to celebrate their absence. A society without strong men is easier to steer. Masculinity had to be dismantled, not for equality, but for compliance. Wow. When protectors fall, predators thrive. And in the vacuum, the state becomes father, protector, and God. The average male testosterone and fertility rate keeps getting lower. Yes, of course, while I do believe in freedom and all that comes to do with our bodies as we please for the most part, we do have to ask ourselves why media and government was going along with this narrative for so long. You know this has to benefit them somehow, because we know it's not benefiting us. Pay close attention to who the media props up. People like Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan, myself, Blair White, Candace Owens, we're all shit on because we challenge people to think for themselves. And that is not beneficial to the government or anyone in power. They want to control what we think, what we put in our bodies, who we vote for. And don't be fooled for a second as to think that this is only happening online. This is also happening in the real world. Look at this video a few months ago that happened in New York City.
He's a racist. How can I be racist? He's a racist. If you fucking voted for Trump, you're a racist. He's a racist. How can I be racist? No, he's not racist. Doesn't watch the news. You realize he wants to be Democrat. Highly educated. Oh, are you? Then why are you wearing that hat?
Everything's going up, but I don't know how long the Democrats have been running New York since who knows how long. But then Trump comes in and just fits for.
Alright, well, this is my style. I hope you enjoy the hat.
Oh, she took a tackle.
They would love for most of us to be sick, weak-minded, and fighting with each other. And that's exactly what's been happening. Mental and physical health in America and the Western world are at the lowest they've ever been. And they're working on controlling us in the most basic ways, too. One is by changing language. Someone wrote, changing language is the exact thing they did in 1984 to control conversations and change people's mind and remove dissent. Alora on X said, I've been reading books on cults, and mind control is how cults operate. They program critical thought stopping techniques via repetition, so cognitive dissonance is numbed. It's a form of hypnosis. Let's take a second and think of where we've seen this kind of repetition most often recently.
Of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets.
This is one of my new favorite TikToks, by the way, because this guy nails it.
Hi everyone, so ever since coming to America, I have witnessed Democrats change the definitions of so many words that I don't think it's even possible for us to have a coherent conversation with them any longer. Fundamental definitions of words like racism, all the way to our understanding of what it means to be a man or woman, have been adulterated or bastardized to the point where, in some cases, they have become meaningless. And today, words like fascism have been distorted to the point where those engaging in actual fascist tactics just have to call themselves Antifa in order to get the Democrats to support them.
Changing words is just one way of changing people's thoughts. Instead of saying people that are being deported, Democrats have now been saying people have been disappeared.
Even know, we haven't named them. We are just disappearing them like Russia, like Syria, like every bad regime and actor out there.
Today, AOC and Bernie Sanders are going across the country talking about oligarchy. And when you listen to the media, it appears they all got the script to call Trump authoritarian. And yet the reality proves the opposite. How many authoritarians do you know who are dedicated to stripping themselves of power? Take, for example, the dismantling of the Department of Education. Is that authoritarian? Giving more power to the states? Is it authoritarian to try to reduce the size of government? To give the people more power, to bring the operations of the government closer to the people it is supposed to serve?
Again, change language, change thoughts, control people. Going back to the mental health decline at hand here though, in huge part thanks to feminism and the government and media, this new study just came out.
Okay, so everybody knows, even the left, especially the left, they know that conservatives are happier. And now there is a new study by the famous Nate Silver that shows that among all the factors in your life, your politics are not just highly predictive, they are the most predictive. Look at this scale. The further to the right on the scale means that you're happier. And it turns out when you're further to the right in your politics, you'll be further to the right in this chart, in every category. I mean, every single category. Religion, sexuality, you name it. One of the most outrageous parts of the results is that conservatives who make less than $30,000 a year are as happy as liberals who make over $100,000. The poorest conservatives are happier than the wealthiest liberals. But I mean, this isn't surprising.
And a big part of this phenomenon is that the truth is most of these major leftists are wealthy. The actual privileged ones. They have the time to focus on this bullshit on this nonsense. Microaggressions, living in the past. If you're poor, you don't have time to focus on the insane whiteness of Sydney Sweeney's new American Eagle ad. You're busting your damn at your 2 dead-end jobs. But if you are for common sense, make sure you subscribe to this channel because I post videos every Sunday and sometimes Thursdays. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys back here in a few days with a brand new video. Until then, I love you, love yourselves. Keep calling out the bullshit. Bye.